YouTube, I am back again. It's been a rough couple of weeks, which is why it's been so long since the last update. Um, let's see. So the first week went all right, did pretty well. And then the second week, I had 6 puppies, and we also had a snow/ice storm. And then the third week, my family was sick, and also we took the dogs to the vet because the ice storm finally cleared up. So the first big spending I didn't plan to do, which we did, was like $500 for getting the dogs all better. So, that was a big thing, but I mean, medicine is medicine, so you got to do what you got to do to heal up your family members, So that's just what it is. I did fail the no buy a little bit, but I think that actually it's okay because I didn't buy a lot of things I wanted to. So I think I'm doing a lot better, and I have to look at it from that. So the first thing I bought that was not on the list of things to buy, but I did find at Goodwill for $1, was these curlers for my hair. And then I also, to go with that, needed the bonnet to, keep my rollers covered at night while I'm sleeping. So I just put them on after I'm done with my shower, and then I go to sleep for a bunch of hours. Then I wake up and poof, curly hair in the morning, which this is, a little bit curly because I used it on the biggest one, the pink curlers today. So it was a little bit, but man, I should have recorded last week. I had very 80s perm hair last week because I used the smallest ones, and I loved it. So that was the first not on the list, but also I had been wanting these things for a while, so I had an opportunity to get them, and I did. So I don't feel bad about them. And then the second one I got was I had been watching YouTube videos of people fixing up old tech, like Game Boys and alarm clocks and all kinds of stuff like that from the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s and things. And so I had remembered that when I was a kid, I loved this little Pikachu pedometer thing that I used to have, and I loved it. It was so cute, and it got me to move around a lot. And I do have a Fitbit, but I don't know. I think Google's kind of annoying me with how they've been working with the Fitbit lately. So yeah, so I'm keeping it for now because it still works, but once the Fitbit no longer works, I think I'm kind of done with Fitbit, to be honest. But so I did find on eBay the little pocket Pikachu. Let me see if I can turn it on for you here. It's so cute. Yeah, see, there's Pikachu's eating his little sandwich. Yeah. So you take a bunch of steps, and then the steps turn into little watts that you can give to Pikachu and interact with it, make it like you. And this is the first gen of it. There's another one later on they have that actually it interacts with the Game Boy, so it's like an interactive part of the some later games like the Johto era games like Gold and Silver and whatnot. But I'm just getting this one for now. I do want to get a Game Boy in the future, even kind of a broken one, and try to fix it myself, because I think that would be a lot of fun, is restoring old things and trying to get, not just everything on my phone. So I'm trying to look into that, see if I can do that a little bit more, separate myself out from my phone. So for instance, I think I would like either a Polaroid camera or some kind of camera like that does, film. I've been wanting a CD player for a long time, which I do have a boombox, but a one I can carry with me more. So if I find those at thrift stores or very cheap online, or even from a no-buy group, somebody who has some, those are things I probably will get this year that will not go on my no-buy list, because I really like the idea of knowing how to fix mechanical things and also not being beholden to Google taking them offline or something. And then they just don't work anymore because it's in the like it's in the contract of the thing essentially that they can just cancel it when they feel like it. So like even though you bought an item, you don't actually own it. I don't like the idea of that, so I'm trying to get back to things that is less that. So the Pocket Pikachu was also one that it's like I'm really glad I bought it. I've only had it a couple days and it's just brought me a lot of joy. And then I also, had to buy a battery for the Pocket Pikachu, but that wasn't really expensive. So yeah, so this was quite a bit more money because, it is from 1999 or whatever. So I did buy this off of eBay. So that was a little bit pricier, unfortunately, but I am glad I have it. And I'm okay with it coming out of my budget despite it not being there because I was not sure where I would find that, So I didn't make an exception then, but I think I am going to make that exception now of like old tech. If I can either find it working for a good price or if I can find it not working for a good price, but I could fix it for a reasonable amount of money, then I'm going to get some of those projects, I think, for this year, because I think that's something that will make me really happy to be able to fix and whatnot. And then some of my ideas for what I was doing this year have changed. So like, I don't think I'm going to continue doing the Project Pan in the way I was thinking that I was going to do it. So instead of working on very specific items and then when they're done, moving on to something new, I have ADHD, so I get bored of using the same thing over and over again very quickly. So what I decided to do instead is do like dopamine dressing. I've heard it said, like, dressing up in bright colors and things that make you happy. I'm trying to do like a version of that, but only using what I already have in like my makeup and my closet and stuff like that. So what I'm doing is I'm randomizing the first 151 Pokemon from the first Kanto versions of the game, the first gen, and picking a random one of those a day and dressing up like that to the best of my ability. So like, I guess you can't really tell from it today, but today's was Squirtle. So, and I know that this guy is a little cheetah or something, so it's not, turtle, but this is the blue I got, the blue shirt, and I've got my eyeshadow's also like a blue-greeny, like Squirtle. Oh, and then also this month I've got new glasses, which, I did need new glasses, so that also is an acceptable expenditure, I think. But yeah, so that's the thing I'm going to do now. I actually set up a Tumblr account for my, what I call a fashion Pokedex. So that's going to be my new way, I think, of project panning, which I don't know if that's going to be quite the term that I use anymore, just because I'm not doing it in a way that like it's regularly ascribed to be done. Like I'm not just sticking to one thing and then using it a bunch of times and then using a new thing, but I am going through my collection more often because I'm going to have a lot of different colors I use, so I will use everything fairly equally throughout this year, I think. But yeah, so that's my plan moving forward, at least as of right now. So for February at least, and maybe I'll reevaluate again in March. And March is my birthday month, so that one I probably will buy one or two things that I have really been hoping for because, I'll have birthday money and things like that. Or if anybody asks what I want, then I'll, request little Pokemon things or something. Because, they're bright and colorful and happy and like, that's what I need in my life right now. Yeah, so I'm trying to look at things positively. I'm trying for that to be one of my New Year's goals, basically, is, do things that make me happy, do things that I liked when I was a child, which is why I went back to like Pokemon and, 90s stuff. And when I was a kid, I always wanted big floofy hair because mine was very straight and wouldn't hold a curl. So that's when I saw the curlers, I had to, and then I got the Pocket Pikachu, which I liked when I was a kid. And yeah, so I do think though that overall, the month has been a success because I have changed the way that I look at things. I don't just grab things because I want them anymore. I've done very well about limiting the snacking out. And in fact, my partner and I have only gone out to like a restaurant to go out and eat one time this month. So it was a very much needed date night. And I'm really glad that we did that. It was a wonderful Thai restaurant near us. It was delicious. It was so good. So, we've gotten better about that. We buy a lot more for making stuff at home, like, buy a lot of flour, and that way we can make like waffle mix ourselves and, just make a lot of at home dinners and things. So, yeah, I think that this has been a good month, and hopefully I'll keep it up. And hopefully I'll release a future video way sooner than next month. I hope to release one, 1 or 2 a week. But have a great day. All right, bye.